Hello everybody and welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G. John Galindo, coming to you live on this Saturday evening, July 20th, 2024. It's the 1950s and early 60s edition of the Vinyl Treasures Show, broadcasting live on Oldies and More Radio, also live on the YouTube stream. So those of you that are new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, tell your friends about it, and don't forget to click the bell to get notifications when Johnny G goes live. And then if you like the show, give me a thumbs up there. But we opened up with a cool rockin' instrumental. Actually, that's a request for listener Tom Shaughnessy in Florida, tenor saxophonist from Los Angeles, California, who previously recorded with Lionel Hampton. His name was Gil Bernal. Gil Bernal, that's his first of two on Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller's Spark label, a song entitled The Whip. And Cashbox had a blurb on this on the March 6, 1954 magazine. It says, two of the youngest men in the business will head a new discery called Spark Records. Lester Sill in charge of national distribution. Their first release includes a duet with Willie and Ruth and an instrumental. That Willie and Ruth got me a copyright strike, believe it or not, which I have that record. And followed by Gil Bernal, which is the song you just heard. And Alan Freed played this on his Wins, I think it was Wins program in 1954. I think there's an air check of him playing that record. Really a cool tune from March 54. Thank you, Tom, for requesting it. Gil Bernal on Spark with The Whip. Well, everything is a request tonight except one record in 1958 that I've added to the program. But let's start it off with a request. Actually, this is a flip side request for listener Daryl Letts. Played, I think it was Adrian in Mexico that requested I Know the Meaning of Love, as that was the July 6th show, I think, as done by Jimmy Castor and the Juniors. And but the flip side of this is a song that was originally done by Jimmy Castor and the Juniors, became a big hit for Frankie Lyman from May of 1956. Let's open up here with Jimmy Castor and the Juniors on the Wing record label, subsidiary of Mercury Records. This is for Daryl Letts in our YouTube chat room. The original version of I Promise.
Dum dum make dum dum make dum dum make dum.
I promise to love you no matter what you do. I want you, I need you, I love you through and through. I promise to be true. Promise to be true. I promise to remember the meaning of romance. If I've done something wrong, give me one more chance. This I promise you. Promise, I promise. Oh, my darling, I have promised to give you my heart. Oh, darling, promise me we'll never part. I know I'm not a king and I'm not very wise, but one thing you must realize. I promise to love you no matter what you do. I want you, I need you, I love you through and through. I promise to be true. My darling, I have promised to give you my heart. Oh, darling, promise me we'll never part. I know I'm not a king and I'm not very wise, but one thing you must realize. Oh, promise to love you no matter what you do. I want you, I need you, I love you through and through. I promise to be true.
Yeah, we open up the vocal portion there with Jimmy Castor and the Juniors from May 1956. It's on the Wing record label. I Promise. That is the original version of that. And, of course, Frankie Lemon and the Teenagers, they had sort of a hit with that on George Gallner's G record label, the more popular version, I would say. But I think Frankie heard the group practicing the song in their neighborhood. And then Goldner had it rushed out before the release, before Mercury put that out. So that's what happened with that record. But anyway, so we count down the music chronologically here on a Saturday evening here on the 50s and early 60s edition. And we go to Baltimore, Maryland to open up tonight's show from 1952. It's a request for listener Big Dave Swinger. This group had 8 releases on Herman Lubinsky's Savoy record label. Their biggest hit was their first from 1950, a song called I Will Wait. But this is their 6th release, written by the lead singer. His name is Larry Harrison. We go to May of 1952 for Big Dave Swinger, the 4 Buddies on Savoy. It's called You're a Part of Me.
What else can fill me so?
Jazz going out to Big Dave Swinger there. That's the sound of the Four Buddies. Larry Harrison and the Four Buddies on the Savoy record label from May 1952. You're a Part of Me is the name of the tune. You're a part of the Vinyl Treasure Show. If you sent Johnny G a request at vinyltreasures at AOL.com, all requests tonight except one record as we move into 1953. Now last week I played the A side of this 45 for Edmund Williams, the Harp Tones, the great Harp Tones on Monty Bruce's Bruce record label with A Sunday Kind of Love, of course, with the great Willie Winfield on lead. Now, Edmund also requested the flip side of the 45. Let's go to November of 1953. B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, the Harp Tones on Bruce with Willie Winfield on lead. It's called I'll Never Tell for Edmund.
Ask a rose just how it feels when a bee is honey still. Ask a star fallen from the sky, or a robin that can no longer fly. Ask the moon that shines above, or a fool that's been in love. But don't ask me, for I'll never tell how you broke my heart. Behind the clouds, or a dream that's torn apart. But don't ask me, for
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go, by request for Edmund Williams in Queens, New York. He's in our YouTube chat room. Those are the Harp Tones. That's the B-side to A Sunday Kind of Love from November of 1953. The great Willie Winfield on lead. I'll Never Tell is the name of the tune. That's on the Bruce record label. I'll never tell that I wish I had that first press, the very first press on that kind of like reddish maroon label with kind of like the script Bruce. Like I said, I had a chance to buy it, Chris Ciccone wanted $3,500 years ago for that 45, and I was like, Chris, can you lower it? How about 25? It's a deal for 25, and he wouldn't do it. And he was like, well, how about if you spend more money? I said, you want me to spend more money? I mean, what else you got to sell me? Anyway, so I missed out on it, but I'm still looking for it. I'll find it eventually. Johnny G is your Saturday night disc jockey right here on Oldies and More Radio, also live on the YouTube stream. Thank you all for being here. Hope you're digging on the tunes as we are in the year 1953. Now, here's a request for listener James Stone. I didn't see James Stone in the chat room there, but James, you requested this record. I wasn't sure that I had it, but I had a red vinyl copy of the record. As I know, I saw the pictures that I saw of this was on black, but I never saw it on red. But I have it. This group from Brooklyn, New York. They recorded for, oh, there you go. Recorded for Mercury, Wing, and this label, Kent Records, out of New York City. I think this is their first record. They had the wrong date. Somebody put 1959. No way. Not on this record. This group included Billy and Larry Austin, Bert and Dee Carroll. They were called the Four Guys. The Four Guys, and this is on a label called Kent. It's not the Kent, the California Kent. This record is out of New York City. It features Larry Austin on lead. It mentions on the label. Let's go to 1953. The Four Guys on Kent. This is for James Stone in our YouTube chat room. It's called You Don't Have to Tell Me. The Four Guys for Jim Stone.
You don't have to tell me, for it's plain to see. There's no need for lies. I can read your eyes saying you don't love me. You don't have to tell me. Now that we're apart, and if you explain, can it help the pain here within my heart? I took you for granted, and I feel ashamed. Now I understand it. Maybe I'm to blame. So your eyes have told me more than you could say. Best of luck to you. I'll just say adieu and be on my way. I took you for granted, and I feel ashamed. Now I understand it. Maybe I'm to blame. So your eyes have told me more than you could say. Best of luck to you. I'll just say adieu and be on my way. Guess I'm no romancer, and I'll never be. There's no need to answer. You don't have to tell me.
That's 1953 there. They're called The Four Guys. The Four Guys for James Stone in our YouTube chat. That's Larry Austin on lead. That's an integrated group there, recording for the Kent record label. You Don't Have to Tell Me is the name of the tune. I wonder if Joe Shackatown, if you've ever heard that record. I just want to know. As we continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show, we are in 1953. Let's fill a request for listener Frank Chingaro in our YouTube chat as we head to the Bronx, New York for this group. This is their first release on Joe Davis's JD record label as Davis Davis sent this one out to Billboard to be reviewed, and they rated this an excellent tune, and they rated, well, let me see, which side do we have here? I'm not going to say that, but anyway, this is their first of 6 on the Joe Davis's JD record label. It features the great Dean Barlow on lead. Let's go to July of 1953. Let's give a listen to the Crickets. This is for Frank Chingaro. The Crickets on JD. It's called When I Met You. The Crickets.
I met you, my poor heart had just started to mend, and now you've got it crying again, crying again. When I met you, I had faith in no one that I knew, and now you've made me lose faith in you. Why can't I find someone who would love me or leave me alone? Why doesn't fate
Someday
send me a maid that I could have just for my own? When I met you, I had thought I lost someone true, but now I find I'm losing you. When I met you, I thought I had lost someone true, but now I find I'm losing you. When I met you.
As Dean Barlow and the Crickets there, that's their first release on the JD record label. That is by request for Frank Chingaro there. The Crickets from July of 1953. When I Met You is the name of the tune. And Frank Chingaro is in our YouTube chat room. Of course, Frank is hosts the Rhythm and Blues Serenade along with Gordon Skagberg on Sundays from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Radio Hofstra, WRHU FM 88.7, streaming live on WRHU.org. That's every Sunday, beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 to 5 on Sunday. So you can check it out, and we'll be they play the same type of sounds that Johnny G does. So if you like this kind of music, you need to tune in to the Rhythm and Blues Serenade as we continue here for a Saturday evening. And let's fill a request for listener Casey Hines in Paris, and this is the debut single for this group from Evanston, Illinois. It features the great Ray Pettis on lead, their first of 5 on the Drexel record label out of Chicago. We go to June of 1954. Let's give a listen to the Gems on Drexel for Casey. It's called Talk About the Weather.
When I'm alone, I can talk as a lover should. But with you, I'm no good. I talk about the weather, weather, weather. Oh, sit at home and make love to your photograph. But when you're near, I laugh. You talk about the weather, weather. Did not like to say that you're sweet as a sugar cane. But when I start to talk, my heart gets caught in a summer's rain. Staying at night, writing down lovely things to say. But when you come my way, I talk about the weather, weather. About the weather, talk about the weather, I talk about the weather, talk about the weather, weather, weather.
As June 1955 release there for the Gems. That's Ray Pettis on lead with the Gems. Their first of 5 on the Drexel label. From Talk About the Weather is the name of the tune from June of 1954, and that comes with the block print, which is not the first print, but they play horrible. You need the I think they're all red vinyl on the first style Drexels, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, Greg sold me that. Greg Zurich sold me that a long, long time ago. Johnny G here on a Saturday. We move into 1955 now. Fill a request for Daniel Kubacki. I think Daniel requested the Roamers last week with a song called Deep Freeze. That was from December of 1954, and they backed up a couple of other people on the other artists on the Savoy label. One was Wilbert Harrison, and this gal from Harlem, New York, crippled from birth. Her name is Veretta Dillard. And this is on Herman Lubinsky's Savoy record label, a tune written by Charles Singleton and Rosemarie McCoy from May of 1955. Let's give a listen to Veretta Dillard and the Roamers by request for Daniel Kubacki in our YouTube chat room. It's called You're the Answer to My Prayer for Daniel. This turntable there.
my prayers to heaven, and they must have gone up there. For you're all I hope and prayed for. You're the answer to my prayer. I believed someday I'd find you, but I knew not when or where. Now at last I found you, darling. You're the answer to my prayer. For your love to me is a treasure. I shall keep it as long as I live. And to love you is always a pleasure. I just wish I had more love to give. Yes, I bless the day I found you. That's the day I learned to care. So I'm building my life all around you. You're the answer to my prayer. For your love to me is a treasure. I shall keep it as long as I live. And to love you is always a pleasure. I just wish I had more love to give. Yes, I bless the day I found you. That's the day I learned to care. So I'm building my life all around you. You're the answer to my prayer.
There you go. That's by request for Daniel Kubacki in our YouTube chat. I also want to send that one out to Mark Langdale in Australia. He loves Veretta Dillard there. That's May 1955. She's being backed up by the Roamers. And that one there on Herman Lubinsky's Savoy record label, You're the Answer to My Prayer. And she recorded for other labels during her career, Groove, RCA, Cub, and others. Johnny G here spinning my 45s for a Saturday evening. If you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel as we are in the year 1955. And let's fill a request now for Kenny in New Jersey. Now, after leaving Mercury Records, this group signed with Jerry Blaine's Jubilee record label, and they had 4 releases on the Jubilee label. This is their second, and this was a big hit on WHB in Kansas City, Missouri, a number 2 record, and it features the bass man on lead, Jimmy Ricks on lead. So let's go to April of 1955 for the Ravens on Jubilee. This is for Kenny in New Jersey, the Ravens with Green Eyes.
Well, green eyes, your eyes that promise sweet nights, bring to my soul a longing, will a thirst for love divine. In dreams I seem to hold you, will to find you and enfold you. Our lips meet and our hearts too, with a thrill so sublime. Those cool and limpid green eyes, oh, pool wherein my love lies, so deep that in my searching for happiness I fear my life they'll taunt me, but will they ever want me? Green eyes make my dreams come true.
Green eyes, your eyes that promise sweet nights, bring to my soul a longing, a thirst for love divine. In dreams I seem to hold you, to find you and to fold you. Our lips beat and our hearts too, with a thrill so sublime.
Those cool and limpid green eyes will a pool well in my love lies, so deep that in my searching for happiness I fear that they will ever haunt me. All through my life they'll taunt me, but will they ever want me? Green eyes make my dreams come true. Well, baby, oh, I cried when I looked into your eyes.
There you go. That's going out to Kenny in New Jersey. That's Jimmy Ricks and the Ravens there. They're second of 4 on the Jubilee record label from April 55. Green Eyes is the name of the tune. Now, Frank Chingaro mentioned in the YouTube chat that the black label probably reissue of that is a different take. If I had it, I would have compared them. I know Bill Olb told me that he requested the 78 version, which is different. So it's possible that Jubilee put out that 78 version as the reissue, as notoriously they did make mistakes when they reissued a lot of the records. I'm telling you, they did that. I remember talking to my manager at Sony Music, Brian Kelleher. He said, Johnny, they really messed up a lot of things on the numbering sequences and everything else because they didn't care. That's what he told me. They only cared to get the records out so they would sell and make money. That's what they wanted to do. But anyway, I'll see if I can locate that black label Jubilee. We'll play it again. Maybe we'll compare the two. I always like to do that here on the show. I can do it because I can do what I want on the show except play big number 1 hits. Unfortunately, I can't do that because I got to keep away from the copyright police. Johnny G here on a Saturday. We count down the music chronologically here on the 50s edition. We're here every Saturday from 9 p.m. till midnight. A little bit of overtime, although we're not going to be that. I think I got 49 records for tonight, I think. So that's, or 50 records for tonight. But we are in the year 1955. Let's fill a request for James Stone in our YouTube chat room, as this group is from Brooklyn, New York. They recorded 3 for Jack Hook. I think his other partner was Teddy Reeg. It's Royals Roost label out of New York City. Now, the members of this group were Johnny Granda, James Pirro, Anthony Capadio, Del Sereno, a.k.a. Sereno Cola, and I'm Italian, folks, Cola Crai, Colacrai, who was the lead singer. He was known as Sereno. That's better. So this is Sereno and the Bow Ties. This is their first release. And he wrote this song. Sereno wrote this song with his childhood friend, who was Teddy Randazzo. Let's go to November of 1955. This is for James Stone in our YouTube chat room. Sereno and the Bow Ties on Royal Roost Records. It's called My Rosemary.
Rosemary, I love you more each passing day. Dream a dream of love and dream of me. Rosemary, it seems so hard for me to say I love you and want you here to stay. Oh, full-time Romeo, part-time gigolo, that's what you thought of me. A love-crazy fool who broke every rule. Now you know it wasn't so, Rosemary. My life is now a thing worthwhile. You said yes, and so confessed your love. Oh, full-time Romeo, part-time gigolo, that's what you thought of me. A love-crazy fool who broke every rule. Now you know it wasn't so, Rosemary. My life is now a thing worthwhile. You said yes, and so confessed your love, and you belong to me, my Rose Marie.
That's a going out to James Stone in our YouTube chat room. That's the sound of Sereno and the Bow Ties. They had 3 releases on Jack Hook's Royal Roost record label. My Rosemary is the name of that one. That's their first one from November of 1955. Jack Hook's, I think he was Alan Freed's lawyer, so I bet you he played that record if I had to bet on it. Johnny G here spinning my 45s. We are in 1955. Let's go out to Los Angeles, California. Fill a request for Chris Reed in our YouTube chat. And we go to the Bahari Brothers RPM record label for Arthur Lee May and the Crowns. This is their second of 3 for the RPM record label. They had an earlier release on Modern Records. Set My Heart Free was the name of the tune, which I think I don't have that one. I was looking for that 45. But this is from May 55. Arthur Lee May and the Crowns, going out to Chris Reed in our YouTube chat room. It's called Love Me Always.
Love me when you are blue. Love me and please be true.
Yeah, Sounds of California here on the Vinyltreasure Show. That one there for Chris Reed, Arthur Lee May, and the Crowns, a great group from May 1955 that's on the Bahari Brothers RPM record label. Love Me Always is the name of the tune. Hope you're always loving these cool 45s out of Johnny G's collection. If you do, give me a thumbs up, tell your friends about it, and subscribe to my YouTube channel as we continue here, also on Oldies and More Radio. And we are in 1955. We fill a request for listener Joe Shacatano in our YouTube chat. This group from Newport News, Virginia, they had 3 releases on Phil Rose's Glory label, which was out of New York City. Now, this is a B-side here. The A-side was their their unusual version of Stormy Weather, and that had Harry Burton on lead. The flip side, co-written by a different lead singer. His name is Edward Alston, a member of the group. Let's go to September of 1955. This is the B-side to their first release on the Glory label. They're called The Leaders. Going out to Joe Shacatano. The Leaders with A Lover of the Time. September 1955 release there. That's the B-side to Stormy Weather by The Leaders. The Leaders there, that's Edward Alston on lead, their first of 3 on the Glory record label. They should have said Babalu, A Lover of the Time, but it wasn't. It just says A Lover of the Time. So that was 1955. So what happened then? Babalu got married, didn't he? Later on. That should be the follow-up. Johnny G here trying to be a jokester. I'm not a jokester. I just like to I like to giggle sometimes here. Let's continue here in the year 1955. It's a flipside request for listener Mark Langdale in Australia. He requested Gloria Mann last week. Gloria Mann and the Charlene, we forgot the name, and the Twin Tunes. Okay, played last week a song called Pretty Eyes. Mark also requested the flip side of the 45. Again, the Twin Tunes backing her up. They're doing a cover song, though, done originally by the Clovers in 1952. They had a hit with this song, the Clovers, but this is on Bernie Lowe's Sound record label. It's her third of 5 on the Sound record label from April 55. Gloria Mann and the Twin Tunes on Sound Records for Mark Langdale in Australia. Her version of I Played the Fool.
Why try to hurt me? I've been true to you. You could have told me that our affair was through. You played the game, and darling, I played a fool. Oh, why did you leave me? After all we planned, don't try to tell me I'll never understand. You played the game, and darling, I played a fool. Oh, I drank a toast to your memory, and I chased it down with a tear. I washed away that memory, 'cause that was my only souvenir. Oh, why did you leave me? Everybody knows, my friends try to tell me that's the way it goes. You played the game, and darling, I played a fool. Oh, I drank a toast to your memory, and I chased it down with a tear. I washed away that memory, 'cause that was my only souvenir. Oh, why did you leave me? Everybody knows, my friends try to tell me, well, that's the way it goes. You played the game, and darling, I played a fool. Oh, yes, darling, I played the fool.
Cover tunes here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That one by request for Mark Langdale in Australia. That's Gloria Mann with the Twin Tunes. And, they had a sort of a hit in, 1958 with a song called Joanne. I think the Playmates covered that too. Dick Clark used to play that Twin Tunes 45. But this is from April 55. Gloria Mann and the Twin Tunes on Bernie Lowe's Sound label, or third of 5, with the song I Played the Fool. Johnny G here, being your DJ fool for a Saturday evening. Let's move into 1956. Fill a request for listener Big Dave Swinger. This singer had 2 releases on Sid Nathan's King record label. This is his first. He's being backed up by a vocal group. They're not mentioned on the label, but they're called the Hurricanes. They had their own releases on the label, but here they are backing up this singer by the name of Jerry Dorn. The tune written by Neil Sedaka and Howie Greenfield and someone else by the name of Benjamin Goldman. This charted number 25 here in New York City if you were listening to WMGM. And let's go to June of 1956 for Big Dave Swinger, Jerry Dorn and the Uncredited Hurricanes on Sid Nathan's King record label with their tune called Wishing Well for Big Dave.
Wishing well, I give my thanks to you. One magic night you made my wish come true. Wishing well, I'm not lonely anymore. Lonely anymore. With your spell, I found love's wonderland. Standing here with a penny in my hand, wishing well, I'm not lonely anymore. I tossed a coin and closed my eyes and wished for love's sweet surprise. The water cleared and suddenly there appeared an angel before my very eyes. Wishing well, I'm no longer blue, for now I know that miracles come true. Wishing well, I'm not lonely anymore. I tossed a coin and closed my eyes and wished for love's sweet surprise. The water cleared and suddenly there appeared an angel before my very eyes. Wishing well, I'm no longer blue, for now I know that miracles come true. Wishing well, I'm not lonely anymore.
As going out to Big Dave Swinger there, that's the sound of Jerry Dorn. That's his first of two on Sid Nathan's King record label. Those are the Hurricanes backing him up. They don't get, just says quintet on the label there, but they're the Hurricanes and their cool releases on the King record label. That's June 56. Wishing Well is the name of the tune. Again, if I see Neil Sedaka online, he used to be online playing piano and whatnot live, I would say, sing that song you wrote with your buddy Howie Greenfield. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Johnny G here on a Saturday. We are in the year 1956. Let's fill a request for UK listener Indrajit Advani. He wants to send this one out to Record Hound Darren in our YouTube channel, and also Mike Sape in Connecticut, as we go to Steve Samuel's High Tone Records, located in Harlem, New York. I think Louis Silvani said this record company burnt down, so all the masters were destroyed of those on the High Tone record label. That's why their records are so rare. But there were some copies of certain records that were out, but not many. Now, this one is not that easy to find. I'm jealous of Bill O because he's got a nice copy of this record. Mine is kind of used, I'm going to say, but this singer, this gal, she co-wrote this tune Her name is Georgia Harris, and she's being backed up by the High Tones. They also have, I think, two releases on this label, Chinese Boogie, and I forget the other one. It's the other one without Chinese Boogie on it. But this is her first of three and her hardest from November of '56. Georgia Harris and the High Tones on the High Tone label. This is requested by a UK listener, Indrajit, for Mike Sape and Darren. It's called It's Time to Rock.
It's time to rock.
Come on, let's rock.
Time to roll.
Come on, let's roll.
I got to move.
Yes, it's time to move.
Right in the groove.
Move right in that groove.
No time for blues.
Got no time for blues.
It's time to rock.
Time to rock.
It's time to roll.
Time to roll.
I got a date.
Got a special date.
I can't be late.
Just can't be late.
This is the time.
This is the time.
Rise and shine.
Got to rise and shine.
Made up my mind.
Made up my mind.
I gotta rock.
I gotta rock.
I gotta roll.
I gotta roll.
Sometimes it's yes. Then again it's a no, no, no. I love you, baby. I don't mean to maybe. It's time you know. I want you so, so, so.
Each time you near me, your love says cheer me. I get that feeling. I need some loving. New time to guess. You new to rest.
You get a thrill.
You get a thrill.
I bet you will.
I bet you will.
Get some pep
Bet you get some pep.
with every step.
Yes, with every step.
I got to go
Let's go.
and do the rock and do the roll, baby. Rock and roll.
That's November 1956 there. Georgia Harris and the High Tones on the High Tone record label. Steve Samuel's High Tone Records out of Harlem. Song entitled It's Time to Rock, as requested by UK listener Indrajit Advani, going out to Record Hound Darren and Mike Sape in Connecticut. They are in our YouTube chat room. Yes, James Stone. The flip side is Let's Exchange Hearts for Christmas, the true first press of this with that up-tempo flip side there. And unfortunately, my copy is just okay, really a VG minus, I guess you can call it. But I paid $80 for it. But you know, that record is a hard record to find anywhere. Believe me, it is. But I know Bill Obe has a great copy of that record there. I'm jealous, Bill Obe. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, we fill a request for listener Gordy Freeman. Now, I have to make a disclosure here, as I normally play original vinyl 45s. Well, sometimes in some instances, I was convinced to just play records to make sure the music gets out there. I try to have originals, but I always cannot. Now, I missed out. I could still buy an original of this, but I'm not paying $800 for a VG copy, which is available. It's on eBay. I'm not going to buy it. Not for $800. Cut the price in half. Maybe I will. But this is for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. This is on Lalo Guerrero and Manuel Acunda's L&M label out of Los Angeles, California, originally. And it's the group's debut single. and it features Noonie Moore on lead, a.k.a. Jimmy Moore, also recorded for the Noble label, but this one's originally on the L&M label. I forget who put this out, but somebody put this out on the Firefly record label, but originally came out in 1957 on L&M. So this is going out to Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. Noonie Moore and the Peacocks. On L&M originally. I have it. The reissue, well, it's not a bootleg. It's probably a legitimate issue on Firefly Records. It's called Bouquet of Roses. This is for Gordy Freeman.
A bouquet of roses I gladly give to you. This bouquet of roses I hope will see me through. I've been so lonely, I can't go on this way. I'm hoping and pleading you'll believe me when I say I am so sorry for all the wrong I've done. There was no reason and no victory was won. Please reconsider. I hope you'll understand. I send you these roses to ask you for another chance. Of roses.
1957 release there, although that's from the 70s, I think. I have it on the Firefly reissue, but that's for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. That's Noonie Moore and the Peacocks, on originally on the L&M record label out of Los Angeles, California. Bouquet of Roses is the name of the tune. Then he was Jimmy Moore. With Jimmy Moore, we had two releases on the Noble label, and I have one of them. One is without a group and one is with a group, I think, if I lose my mind. But let's continue here. In 1957, we go to Brooklyn, New York. Fill a request for Casey Hines. This group had 7 releases on Paul Winley's Winley record label, and this is the B-side to their debut single. The A-side was called Florence, which is an excellent ballad, but this is the B-side, which is a killer up-tempo. It features Julius McMichael on lead. This is their first of 7 on Paul Winley's Winley record label from February 57. Let's give a listen to the Paragons. The Paragons on Winley for Casey Hines. It's the flip side of Florence. It's called Hey, Little Schoolgirl.
Well, pretty little girl walking down the street, oh, look so fine, dress so neat. Hey, little girl, will you be mine? I wanna love you all the time. Hey, now, my little schoolgirl. Hey, now, please be mine. I see you going by every day, a tipping, yes, a tipping on your merry way. You jam the traffic on the avenue, and all the folks stop to look at you. Hey, now, fine, dressed so neat. Oh, little girl, will you be mine? I wanna love you all the time. Hey now, my little schoolgirl. Hey now, please be mine. Hey now, my little schoolgirl. Hey now, please be mine. Hey now, my little schoolgirl. Hey now.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go, by request for Casey Hines, February 57, the Paragons there. Julius McMichael and the Paragons on the Winley label. Hey Little Schoolgirl, the flip side of Florence, and that's their first of 7 for Winley, and other releases followed on labels like Music Craft, or / Music Tone, and the Tap record labels. Let's go to Detroit now as we stay in 1957 with a request for listener Chris Reed. You know, is it Detroit, Charlene, or is it Chicago? I thought this Chicago. Got to check. That might be a mistake. I think this is out of Chicago. I got to double check because I thought that Sax Carey was out of Chicago. That's what I thought. But this is for Chris Reed. It's Little Sammy Ward with the Alley Cats and Kitty, along with Sax Carey and his orchestra, which I think is out of Chicago. Now, according to Marvin Pod, the group in the background are the Doves that backed up Cliff Butler. And this is on the PC record label. That stands for the Personal Choice label. And this is Little Sammy Ward, not to be confused with the Motown artists Singin' Sammy Ward. They're totally different individuals. But this is from 1957, Little Sammy Ward with the Alley Cats and Kitty, going out to Chris Reed in our YouTube chat room. It's called Begging for Love.
Sometimes I wonder, do you ever think of me? Sometimes I wonder, do you ever think of me? And do you ever wish they would be like they used to be? Every time I hear that cannonball blowing down the track, every time I hear that cannonball blowing down the track, oh, I think about you, baby, and I feel like coming back. Whoa!
As by request for Chris Reed in our YouTube chat, and that's Little Sammy Ward with the Alley Cats and Kitty, and supposedly the Uncredited Doves backing him up on that, 1957 on PC Records. Beggin' for Love is the name of the tune. Let us continue in 1957. Here we go to the Bronx, New York for this girl group. Fill a request for listener Edmund Williams. These gals, I don't know if the lead singer or all of them were attending the St. Anthony of Padua School in the Bronx. They were discovered by Richard Barrett and brought them over to George Goldner. They recorded for the End record label. This is their debut single, co-written by the lead singer of the group. Her name is Arlene Smith. This was number 71 on Billboard, 31 on WMGM if you were listening here in New York City, from July of 1957. Let's give a listen to the Chantels, Arlene Smith and the Chantels, on the End record label for Edmund Williams. It's called He's Gone. That's the great Arlene Smith and the Chantels. That's their debut single on George Goldner's End record label from July 57. He's Gone, requested by Edmund Williams in Queens, New York. Boy, when you get everybody liking the record, you know you really have a good request. That's really, really good. So, but I have great listeners and knowledgeable listeners that tune into the program. So when you get comments by the other listeners in the chat room, you really should be proud of that, because they're great records, as many of these are great size, especially that one. That's a classic that we always feature here on the program. That's for you collectors out there. The true first presses are on that black label end with the thick and thin lines. If you have one single line on top and one single line on the bottom, those are the West Coast presses that are probably more common, but it's not that easy to find the original East Coast press, clean no less. You'll find them, but they're played out, and that was a decent copy, I'd have to say. If I found multiple copies of that in the wild, though, when I used to go record hunting when I had no money. As we continue here in 1957, now on my Thursday 2 o'clock show. I was an hour late last week. So what I did is I added some rarer records that I recently picked up within the last six or 7 months, and I added them to the beginning part of the show. And then when I got into 1959, I continued there, but I added some there after that. Not many, but one of the songs I played was by Henry Sawyer and the Jupiters, a pretty rare record on the Planet X record label. And I think it was Braden McCallow that asked for the flip side. I'm also going to send this one out to Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. And the lead singer on this, of course, is Henry Sawyer. It's not an easy record to find, or it's been very difficult to find. Maybe a couple presses have kind of surfaced, but some of them are not in great shape. This was a pretty good one that I ended up paying some money for. But let's go to December of 57. Let's flip over It Takes Two by Henry Sawyer and the Jupiters on the Planet X record label. You get this tune. It's a jump tune. It's going out to Braden McCallow and Gordy Freeman. It's called I Want. That's December 57 release there for Henry Sawyer and the and the Jupiters. It's on the Planet X record label. I like to say that. I like anything with an X in it, at least on a record label. There you go, though. It's Henry Sawyer and the Jupiters, the flip side of It Takes Two, song entitled I Want. It's going out to Gordy and Braden. Let us continue in 1957. We feel a request for listener Ronnie Sherman. We go to Danny Robinson's Holiday record label, and this was the follow-up to the group's biggest hit. Actually the biggest hit for the label, a song called United. The group was called The Love Notes. This was their follow-up. It features Johnny Hicks on lead. He also co-wrote the tune from August of 57 for Ronnie Sherman, The Love Notes on Holiday, with a song called Don't Go.
Well, stop, don't go, 'cause you know I love you so. Don't do it, don't do it, don't go. Oh, love, now before you try to leave me, hurt me so. I want you near me, that darling, you should know. Well, I tried to be to you, everything that you wanted me to. But stop, don't go, 'cause you know I love you so. Don't do it, don't do it, don't go. Although you might find another, can his love be real? I've been trying to prove it, and you know the way I feel. So baby, make up your mind. Don't rush, just take your time. But stop, don't go, 'cause you know I love you so. Don't do it, don't do it, don't go. And you know the way I feel. So baby, make up your mind. I'm gonna rest, just take your time. But stop, don't go, 'cause you know I love you so. Don't do it, don't do it, don't go. Oh, don't do it, don't do it, don't go.
August 1957 release there for the Love Notes. That's by request for listener Ronnie Sherman. That's Johnny Hicks. He's the lead singer on that song entitled Don't Go. Came out on Danny Robinson's Holiday record label. The flip side, I love the flip side. A song called If I Could Make You Mine, one of my favorites by the group. Of course, Johnny Hicks, prior to singing with the Love Notes, was the lead singer of a group called the Ivories on the Jaguar label. I played like both sides, A and B, of their release on the Jaguar label. Totally different sounding records. Johnny G here on a Saturday. If you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Tell your friends about it. We play the music by year. So we started, back in 1952. We are in the year 1957. Let's fill a request for listener Tommy Albergo, as this group, they're from Newark, New Jersey. Now, the founder and lead singer of this group, his name is George Kerr. He would become a legendary producer and songwriter and arranger for over 6 decades. But as a teenager, he was the founder of this group called the Serenaders, and this is their debut single. It came out on the Chock Full of Hits record label in December of 1957. It's a song he co-wrote. This would get picked up by MGM Records. I'm featuring the first press on Chock Full of Hits, December 57, for Tommy Albergo, the Serenaders, with I Wrote a Letter.
Just let me.
Tell me, sweetheart, why did you ever leave me? I never
There you go. That one there going out to Tommy Albergo. The Sound of the Serenaders, December 1957 on the Chock full of Hits record label. That is lead singer George Kerr there. A tune he co-wrote. I Wrote a Letter. I had the wrong. It's a great two-sided 45, I have to say. I'm not going to say it isn't. But anyway. Let us continue here in the year 1957 as we go to Brooklyn, New York, to Hiram Johnson's Johnson record label with a request for listener Bill Olb, as he requested the debut single for this group. They're called The Shells. Well, first let's play the record, and for The Shells here, it's a great tune on the Johnson label from August 1957. It features Nathaniel Bouknight on lead. This is for Bill Olb, The Shells on Johnson, with their tune called Baby, Oh Baby. That is the debut single there. Debut single for the Shells. Nathaniel Bouknight on lead. That's on Hiram Johnson's Johnson record label. August 1957 release, requested by listener Bill Olb. The Shells with Baby, Oh Baby. You know, the first time that record came out, it was not a hit. It was not a hit. It became a hit when Wayne Sterling got involved with that record. But in leading into that, on the Rhythm and Blues Serenade with Frank Chingaro and Gordon Skagberg on Sunday, August 18th, from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., there'll be a special show that day, the 18th of August, with Bill Olb as a guest host, and a special tribute honoring the late Wayne Sterling. It's actually part 2. Bill did a part 1. This is the part 2, and we'll talk about that record and what happened with that record the second time around. So I'll let Bill tell you that. But it's a special tribute show honoring the late Wayne Sterling. It's part 2, and it's on Radio Hofstra, WRHU FM 88.7, and streaming live on WRHU.org. And this is the second part of 2 shows, a retrospect of Wayne Sterling's lifetime of accomplishments, featuring rare radio air checks, first-time broadcast interviews of Jimmy Beaumont of the Skyliners and various other historical recordings. The musical performances will be more than 25 tracks with 15 songs that fall into the category of unreleased or alternate takes and live performances and likely material not ever played on Hofstra Radio. So tune in. It's Sunday, August 8th, 2024 from 3 p.m. to 5 on the Rhythm and Blues Serenade with Frank Gingaro and Gordon Skagberg. That is on WRHU FM 88.7, streaming live on WRHU.org. And I heard the part one of the program that Bill did. It was excellent. Of course, many of you know Bill Olb. He has done 2 gospel specials here and in the Johnny G studios. So please tune into that program. It's the 18th of August. So we're starting to promote. I just got it today. I called Bill about it, and I was happy to hear that he will be on the program. So there you go, and that's a request for Bill O. But let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show for a Saturday evening. Again, if you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Tell your friends about it as this show continues to explode with lots of listeners. So thank you all for that. So much appreciated here. As what year are we in? I think, are we moving into 1958 yet? As I can't get my papers right. Yes, we go to 1958. Actually, this is a request for Kenny in New Jersey. This group formed while attending Thomas Jefferson High School in Los Angeles. Now, the members of this group included Sherman Clark, James Bedford, Frederick Nance, Robert Gifford, and Joy Ayers Jr., who later became a famous jazz vibraphonist and so instrumental in the acid jazz movement, which is a mixture of jazz combined with hip-hop and funk. I didn't know that. And he was also coined the godfather of neo-soul. But at 17 years old, he was a member of this group called the Poets. And this is on Charlie Flash Reynolds' Flash label out of Los Angeles, California. This is also, I think, on the Pull label. And I don't know if that Pull label is first, but it goes for more money for some reason, maybe because it's vinyl. But this is on that crappy styrene, which I hate. But anyway, this is from March 58 by request for Kenny in New Jersey. The Poets on the Flash label, a really odd record. It's called Vowels of Love for Kenny in New Jersey.
Bow down now 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 bow now 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 bow now 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 bow now 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 bow now 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 ma 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 bow now now they are so good to me. They have me out of my mind, and you will see just what I mean to go. Now 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 now. Well, I know a story that I very old, and this is the story of love. And down to the centuries and above the globe. Now 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 now. That's the vows of love there. Yes, you just now heard it. Now, 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 now. Yeah, man.
There you go. Those are the Poets there from March 1958. It's on the Flash record label. That's by request for Kenny in New Jersey. The Vows of Love is the name of the tune. I think on the Pole record label they called it The Poet, which I think is, they just forgot, which is a mistake. They just forgot the S. I think that's how it comes out. I think maybe they fixed it. I don't know if they did or didn't, but I got some blues records on the Pole record label. I think a couple of blues records that are pretty pricey, I will say. Johnny G here on a Saturday. Hope you're digging on the tunes. If you are, please give me a thumbs up as we continue here. We move in, well, we we are in December of 1958. One more in 1958. Well, actually, a couple more here in 58. But let's go to this girl group out of Philadelphia. It's a request for listener Mike Sape. Wants to send it out to all the chatters. Those of you on the YouTube chat and also on the Oldies and More chat. This group started, this trio started recording back in 1956 with a release on the G&M record label, which I do have in the collection, by the way. Then in 1958, they signed with Herman Lubinsky's Savoy Records, had 2 releases on the Savoy label, and this group included Della Joe Campbell, Doris Gibson, and lead singer Willerine Ward Moultrie. This is on Herb Slotkin's Grand record label, and this is actually an early Jerry Ragavoy production here. So let's give a listen to the Gay Charmers. The Gay Charmers from December 58. It's on the Grand record label by request from Mike Sape in Connecticut, going out to all the chatters. The song is called What Can I Do? The Gay Charmers.
I've been
That's December 1958 there. The Gay Charmers is the name of the group. That's on the Grand record label by request from Mike Sabe, going out to the chatters. What Can I Do is the name of the tune. It would get picked up by Swan Records, I think maybe a year later or so, put out on the Swan record label. But there you go, the Gay Charmers with What Can I Do. Now, similar to that, so Mike Sape sent that one out to all the chatters. Now, Indrajit in the UK sent this next tune out to the vinyl community. This singer out of Detroit, Michigan, it's on Robert West Kudo Records. It's his first solo release, Mr. Marvin Johnson, and the original version of this song, you might know a version as done by the $5. They covered it, I think, in late 1960 for the Fortune label. But this is the original on Robert West Kudo Records, written by Sonny Woods and Harold Beans Bowles. Well, wait, no, it was written by Sonny Woods, and it's the Harold Beans Bowles Band providing the instrumentation. Let's go to May of 1958 for Marv Johnson and Group, by request for UK listener Indrajit, to all the vinyl community. It's on the Kudo label. It's called My Baby O.
My baby, oh, wonder why do I love you so? I'll never ever let you go, ever loving baby, oh. Wonder why did I ever have to say goodbye? Oh, why did I make you cry? Ever loving baby, oh. I stood in the moonlight thinking of only you, and soon I was in the sunlight knowing nobody else could do. Can you see? There's no other girl for me, nobody else could ever be my ever-loving baby, oh.
That is the debut single from Marv Johnson from May 1958 on the Kudo record label, My Baby-O, by request for UK listener Indrajit Advani, going out to all the UK, about the vinyl community, Johnny G. As we continue here now, of all the songs tonight were all requested by you, the listener. This is the only one that I added to the mix, because I love this record the first time I heard it, when George Dewap Tompkins played it on his, when he was out of Westchester Community College. He was doing a show there. I was in high school listening, writing down all these records to buy if I ever had a chance to buy the records. I have like 3 copies of this record. One stock, I think I got 2 promos and 1 stock, but the stock plays better for some reason. As actually I played Oh What a Feeling, I think it was for Indrajit. I think he requested that for the vinyl community. But this group out of Brooklyn, New York, they made their debut on the Treat record label as the Inspirations with If Loving You Is Wrong. That was April of 55. Then in June of 55, they recorded as the 5 Stars on Treat. And then this is their final single on High Weiss's Oldtown record label. They reverted back to the Inspirators. And the tune written by the lead singer of the group, his name is Cleo Perry. And this is from June of '58. This is my request. The Inspirators on Oldtown. It's called Starlight Tonight.
Starlight, there's a million out tonight. There's a million stars in the sky tonight. They are there because I'm holding you tight. Yes, yes, darling, tonight. Oh, there'll be no one else for me but you. Cross my heart and I swear too that I am happy tonight. You are my gift from the one above. He sent me you to love. You are my queen, my every dream. Here, darling, wear the swing. Oh, tonight, there's a million stars in the sky tonight. They are there because I'm holding you tight. Yes, yes, darling, tonight.
There you go, by request by your local disc jockey. That'd be Johnny G. That's Cleo Perry. Cleo Perry on lead with the Inspirators. Also wrote the tune from June '58. It's High Weiss's Oldtown record label, Starlight Tonight. One of the many thousands of records that George Tompkins turned your disc jockey onto there. As I miss George, I do, and I got to give Louise a call to see how she's been doing. It's been a while since I spoke to her, his widow there. But Johnny G here on a Saturday evening. Hope you're digging on the tunes here. If you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We are in the year 1959 now. We fill a request for listener Tommy Albergo. This group is from Buffalo, New York, and every time I hear the A side of this 45, it reminds me of Donnie Elbert's, and I don't really know if this is him singing, but the writer credit is Donnie Albert with an A. So I don't know if they intentionally did that, or because he was associated with a group called the Vibra Harps, which maybe were this group, I don't know, but they're called the Derbies. And I won this in a John Tefteller auction about 35 years ago. Let's go to March of 1959 for Tommy Albergo, the Derbies, on the Mercury record label. It's called Night After Night.
Boom, boom, boom.
Night after night, I dream of you. Baby, now that you're gone, what shall I do? No joy I see. Just misery. Night after night, my heart's so far just to hold your love is
my heart is giving tonight. Night after night when day is gone, baby, I dream of you from sun to sun. What can I do? Say I need you. I need you. Your size, your charm, your lips and your arms, and the way you would kiss and hold me tight. The joy I do in my love in you, oh, my heart is giving to night after night when day is gone. Baby, I dream of you from sun to sun. What can I do? I need you. Say I need you.
There you go. There, those are the Derbies. That is a upbeat tune, to say the least. There, that's going out to a listener, Tommy Albergo, March 1959. Those are the Derbies on Mercury with Night After Night. You know, there's a book out. I put it on my shelf there about groups, and it was interesting because he contacted me on Facebook, and he wrote a book about Buffalo vocal groups, and he gave me all these CDs and stuff of unreleased stuff. I found it on my shelf there, and I was looking in the book about information about the Derbies. Had lots of information about the vibra harps and the owners of the labels, etc. He conducted interviews, and he sent me his notes and whatnot. But and also like the Tune Rockers also was talking about them, talking about the DJ Lorenz up in, what is it, WKB something, the station up in Buffalo, New York. So it's an interesting book that I started reading, but I'll have to go through it again. But let's continue here. In 1959, this is a request for listener Mike Sape in Connecticut. He wants to send this one out to Joe Shacatano, Frank Gingaro, and Bob Hannes as we go to Indianapolis, Indiana, at least for this label, which is called the Tyme label, Tyme. And this artist goes by the name of Vic Cook. Vic Cook, he wrote this tune, and the group backing him up is called the Esquires. Is that? Yes. So I don't know. They're called the Esquires. This one released in January of '59. Let's give a listen to Vic Cook and the Esquires by request for Mike Sape in Connecticut, sending it out to Bob Hannes, Frank Gingaro, and Joe Shacatano. The song is called Teenage Heartbreak.
Teenage heartache, that's what you are. Teenage heartache, that's what you are. You say you love me, say you'll be true, and then you run around, somebody new. Maybe some sweet day we will find love together, just you and me, just you and me, just you and me. Round, somebody new. Teenage heartache, that's what you are. Teenage heartache, that's what you are. You know I love you, no I care word doesn't seem mighty close. Gone everywhere. Maybe some sweet day we will find love together. Just you and me, just you and me, just you and me. Somebody do. Maybe some sweet day we will find love together. Just you and me, just you and me, just you and me. Somebody do.
There you go. That's Vic Cook and the Esquires. It's on the Tyme, Tyme records out of Indianapolis, Indiana from January 59. That's by request from Mike Sapin, Connecticut, going out to Frank Gingaro, Joe Shacatano, and Bob Hannes. Probably a first here for a lot of you tuned into the program here. Let's stay in 1959. Let's go back to Philadelphia, PA, with this request for Gary Hendren in Alabama. The only release for this group, a group included Benny Acero, he was tenor, Charles Berberian, he was the bass, Aram Boumazian, and who's he? Charlene? I don't know who he is. I think he wrote the tune, and the lead singer of this group, his name is Richard Schmidt. Let's go to December of 59 by request for Gary Hendren. They're called The Fantasies. The Fantasies on the Guidon label. The song is called Why, Oh Why, for Gary. That's December 59 release there for The Fantasies by request for Gary Hendren in Alabama. YOY is the name of that one. It's on the Guidon label out of Philadelphia, and you want the promo copies on that. I showed you the purple stock, and they're grainy presses. They don't play as well as the promos on that, so I suggest if you have a chance to buy that, to get the promo 45. We stay in 1959, and we go to Newport News, Virginia. We fill a request for Facebook listener Michael Light. Now, on the 2 o'clock show that I did Thursday, was supposed to be the 78 show, but I had to, I was an hour late last Saturday, so I figured I'd add some rarities out of my collection to play. And I opened up with the flip side of this 45, a great up-tempo tune called You Can Count on Me, featured James Dozier on lead. This group called the Avalons, they were originally out of Newport News, Virginia, but Michael Light, he made a comment on Facebook that he bought the 45 for this side, the ballad side here, which also features James Dozier on lead and Raphael Ingram. He has a very distinctive voice, by the way. But this is from the spring of 1959. It's with the Pancho Villa Orchestra. We go to the Casino record label, send it out to listener Mike Light, the Avalons on Casino with You Do Something to Me for Michael Light.
Do 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 you do something to me. This time you're near, I feel it clear. That's how it should be. And whenever
Called the Avalons. They're out of Newport News, Virginia. That's the spring of 1959 release. That's by request for Michael Light, the Avalons on Casino with You Do Something to Me. Dual leads there. Heard the high falsetto, Raphael Ingram and James Dozier on lead. Johnny G here on a Saturday. We are in the year 1959. Let's fill a request for listener Tom Shaughnessy. It's a flip side request. On the July 6th show, I played a request for Bob Hannes on the Munich record label, Munich Records out of Hempstead, Long Island. And the group was called the Sport Tones. And the side that Bob requested was In My Dreams. But Tom Shaughnessy requested the up-tempo flip. And he wants to send it out to Bob Hannes. This is from November 59. This side, not the other side. This side plays better with a 78 needle. Don't ask me why, but it does. But these are the Sport Tones by request for Tom Shaughnessy in Florida, November 59 on Munich Records. It's called So Sincere.
Boom, boom, boom. Ah, ah, ah.
So sincere, how I wish that you were near. I love you truly, oh my dear. You were so sincere. Since you've gone, I stay awake from night till dawn. My darling, why did you go? You were so sincere. When I first met you, you were the prettiest thing, and I gave you a wedding ring. You gave it back and said goodbye, and left me all alone to mourn and cry. Since you gone, I stay awake from night to dawn. My darling, why did you go? You were so sincere. When I first met you, you were the prettiest thing, and I gave you a wedding ring. You gave it back and said goodbye, and left me all alone to mourn and cry. Since you've gone, I stay awake from night to dawn. My darling, why did you go? You were so sincere.
That's a by request for Tom Shaughnessy there. That's not an easy record to find, especially clean. And Greg Zurich sold me my first copy, worst condition. And that's actually a nice press, really. It just plays kind of funky with the recycled vinyl. But I think he charged me $900 for the one that I have. I have that available. But these are the Sport Tones. Sport Tones from November 59 on the Munich record label for Tom Shaughnessy, sending it out to Bob Hanna. So sincere. And you got to play that side with with a 78 needle. They actually call it fast rock, is what they call it on that side. Anyway, let us continue in 1959 here. Let's fill a request for listener Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room, as this singer here was the lead singer of the Hurricanes, recorded for the King record label. We heard them earlier in the program backing up Jerry Dorn. Well, here they are backing this singer up, although it's a solo effort by him, at least on print. But the Hurricanes are backing him up on this. His real name, Henry Austin, but he recorded on this one as Henry Alston with an L. This is his second and two on the New York City Skyline record label. And I mentioned the Hurricanes are backing him up. And this is from April 59 for Gordy Freeman. Henry Alston and the Uncredited Hurricanes on the Skyline label. It's called What Is There Left for Me? This is for Gordy.
What is there left for me? What is there left for me? What is there left for me if I lose you? Where do I turn, sweetheart?
There you go, by request for Gordy Freeman. That's the sound of Henry Alston, a.k.a. Henry Austin, with the uncredited Hurricanes backing him up there from April 59 on the Skyline record label. What Is There Left for Me is the name of the tune. Of course, after this, he went on to lead, I think, the Memos that recorded for the Memo record label. Johnny G is your Saturday night disc jockey right here on YouTube and also live on Oldies and More radio streaming there. And you can go to oldiesandmore.org to listen in there on the stream or just watch me on the YouTube channel here as we continue here in 59 with a request for Daniel Kubacki. This is an alternate B-side by the Flamingos as we go to George Gollner's N record label. This song was first issued as the B-side to Love Walked In. That was N number 1044. This is... No, Charlene, I'm confused on this write-up. Okay, this is the alternate flip side. Whoops. The very next release was I Only Have Eyes for You, which was originally flipped with Goodnight Sweetheart. And this was an alternate flip that they put on. I don't know why they did that. I don't know what the reason was why they did it. But anyway, this is a duet featuring Terry Johnson and Paul Wilson. This is going out to Daniel Kubacki, April 59. The Flamingos on the N label. The song is called At the Prom for Daniel.
That night at the prom, I held you closely in my arms, and I looked into your eyes, and then I realized I love you. I love you. Remember the first night we kissed, I held you in my arms like this. It was love then, and it's love now. Can't you see? Can't you see?
I remember that first night we kissed, when I held you closely in my arms and I kissed your burning lips. It was love then, and it's love now. Oh my darling, can't you see? Tell me, can't you see?
Remember that night at the prom, I held you closely in my arms, and I looked into your eyes, and then I realized I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Alternate B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go. The flip side of I Only Have Eyes for You. The Flamingos there from April 59 for Daniel Kubacki, At the Prom. It's on George Gollner's N record label. I didn't go to my prom. No specific reason. Maybe I didn't like the music they were playing back in 1975 maybe. I don't know, but let us continue in 1959 here. Fill a request from Mike Sape in Connecticut. Wants to send it out to all you chatters here. And we go back to Philadelphia, this time Buddy Caldwell's Len record label for this group called The Masters. Now, I don't know if this is the same Masters that recorded for End Records, but this is on Len Records, Len Records. These are The Masters, going out to all the chatters from Mike Sape in Connecticut. It's called Till I Return, The Masters.
May the stars watch over you while I'm away for a day, for a month, or a year. I return. May the moon always comfort you and keep you true to me. That's the way it should be. I return. Remember the way we used to walk each afternoon home from school, hand in hand, side by side. You promised you'd be my bride. The way I used to kiss you. Oh, how I miss you, dear. And I want you near. When I
That's from 1959 on Buddy Caldwell's Len Records out of Philadelphia. They're called The Masters. The Masters by request from Mike Sape in Connecticut, sending it out to all the chatters. Till I Return is the name of the tune. Johnny G will return on Wednesday evening at 9 p.m. right here on YouTube and Oldies and More Radio for the Soul Show, and I'll be on 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the 78 show this coming Thursday. So I will be playing 78s. Then I'll be back here. I will return here next Saturday at 9 p.m. till midnight. We move into 1960 now with a flipside request from the July 6th show. Played a request for listener Timothy by the Mellow Kings out of Mount Vernon, New York. The song was called Dear Mr. Jock. Darrell Letts requested the flip side. This side recorded in November of 58, but Al Silver released it in February of 1960. Their 6th of 9 on the Herald record label. It features Bob Scholl on lead. Let's go to the Mellow Kings now from February 1960 for Darrell Letts. It's called Our Love is Beautiful.
Our love is beautiful. It's not an everyday thing. Our love is wonderful. It's everything to me.
In the night I'll hold you tight and kiss you tenderly. I can see all my dreams coming true, the way I always wanted them to be. Our love is like the stars, shining so clear and true. Our love will always be, darling, just me and you. Our love is like the stars, shining so clear and true. Our love will always be, darling, just me and you.
That's going out to Darrellettes there. That's Bob Scholl and the Mellow Kings, February 1960 release. That's their 6th of 9 on the Herald record label. Our Love is Beautiful. You know, my aunt met him in Mount Vernon. I don't know where, a bunch of girls went out to some pub in Mount Vernon. He was there. I think he was performing. He might have been performing there at the time. So he walked up to the bar and they were all hanging around him, I guess. She told me, he has a space between his front teeth. Of course, if you look at the pictures, he does. But it was unfortunate. He died in some freaky boating accident. I think he was like clamming or something, and he had a snorkel on and he was going under the water to get either clams or he was crabbing or whatever, and this boat hit him and he died from the injuries. That was a freaky accident that happened to him. So anyway, we remember him here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's continue in 1960, and we go to Connecticut for this next 45. This is a hard record to find too, that Mike Sape requested. Wants to send it out to Johnny G and my guest disc jockey that was here on Sunday. Dave the Rave was here playing soul 45s out of his collection. He had a record that I really, really wanted by the Jokers, Whisper by the Jokers, but he wants to send this one out to Dave the Rave and me. This group from Connecticut on the Bay record label. This is, this is the A side, Charlene, of this? What's the other side of this record here? You say of the 5 discs. Oh, I Remember is the 5-disc song. But this is the flip side of the 45. The music is provided by Tony Agbay and the Continentals. And Greg sold me this record. It's a hard record. It's hard to find this record from 1960. The Ember Tones on Bay Records, by request from Mike Sape, going out to Johnny G and Dave the Rave. It's called Falling for You.
Falling, 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 falling for you.
Fall, fall, fall.
Falling for you. Oh, my darling, I'm falling for you. Please tell me that you love me too. I want no one but you. No one but you, darling. Please say you'll never leave me. I know you
far from me. Oh, can't you see that you were meant for me? That's why I'm falling for you. Whoa, darling, please say you'll never leave me. I know you'll never grieve me. That's why I'm falling for you. That's why I'm falling for you.
They're called the Ember Tones. The Ember Tones there from 1960. By request from Mike Sape, going out to Dave the Rave and Johnny G. Falling for You is the name of the tune. It's on the Bay record label, a group out of Connecticut. Let's go out to California now. Fill a request for listener Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat. And we go to Ray Dobard's Music City record label out of Berkeley, California. This tune written by the lead singer of the group. Her name is Wanda Burtz. It's their second of two on the Music City record label. This is from December of 1960. Let's give a listen to the Crescendos. The Crescendos on Music City for Adrian Viterbo, listening in Mexico. It's called I Don't Mind.
I don't mind if it is a starless night. I don't mind if there is no moon inside, as long as you're with me. I don't
That's going out to Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat, and that's the sound of the Crescendos. That's Wanda Burt. She's the lead singer. She wrote the tune. I Don't Mind is the name of the tune. Music City Records. That's Ray Dobard's label. You know, she first recorded as Little Miss Wanda on the Aries record label. The flip side is a nice rendition of Teenage Prayer, I think, on the flip. Jerry Diaz banged me on that record. Jerry Diaz was high with his prices on the records. He lured me in with a really cheap price on the Wisdoms on the Gaiety label, a nice copy of that, and then another record. Of course, I got the 5 Tinos cheap from him, but he sends it to me in the mail. He goes, I want like $2,800 for this record. I said, no way, you can't mail that record to me open like that. So he says, okay, send it back. So I sent it back to him, and then he couldn't sell it. So he said, you want it for $1,100? I'll sell you the 5 Tinos for $1,100. He sold it to me for $1,100. He needed to get it. He had too much invested in it. So anyway, but that's the way the story goes. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. I'm your host, Johnny G. And this is the third show of the week. I'll be doing 3 next week, too. So this is our final show of the week, the big show. It's an all-request show, and this is a request for Record Hound, a.k.a. Darren, in our YouTube chat room here. As, the Olympics, the Olympics novelty tunes are always not my favorite. I mean, on Thursday, Frank Chingaro requested the flip side of this 45. A great tune, a great ballad they do called Stay Where You Are. But Darren, a.k.a. Record Hound, he said, Johnny G, can you play the flip side of this, the A side, which was written by Clifford Goldsmith and Fred Smith. It was their 6th of 10, and this was the side that was played on the radio. So this is going out to Darren in our YouTube chat room. May 61, the Olympics on RV. The song is called Dooley, Dooley, for Darren.
This is a story about Dooley, not Tom, but his brother. And the moral of this here story is if you're young and happy, you ought to stay home. Dooley was a mountain boy that thought that he should roam. Sure enough, one early morning he up and left his home. Walking by the mountainside, he met old Preacher Brown. Just hitching up a pair of mules and just heading into town. Heading up, Dooley, where you going, Dooley? Yeah, yeah, Dooley, where you gonna be? Well, things are getting up, Dooley, where you going? Somebody say, Minnie Brown, the beauty queen, was a heading just away. He jumped up on the ground, he did not realize this Minnie Brown, the beauty queen, was so good for the eyes. Come on now, Dooley, where you going, Dooley? Yeah, Dooley, where you gonna be? Yeah, now, Dooley, where you going, Dooley? Take my for a big moonlight ride. Singing man with the big grin, Miss Minnie was his bride. Only fun for someone who does not have a girl. Billy is not for me, it's not a red pearl. What goes time? Where you gonna Dooley? Please get out, Dooley. Where you gonna be? Dooley, where you gonna Dooley?
That's going out to Record Hound, a.k.a. Darren, in our YouTube chat room. Those are the Olympics. Those are that's what they're known for, those type of sounds there from May 61. Dooley is the name of the tune. That was the side that was played on the RV record label. Of course, the flip side, so uncharacteristic of them, but they could sing those ballads. Stay Where You Are, a great ballad that we played on Thursday afternoon. We are in the year 1961. Let's stay out in California with a request for listener Frank Chingaro. These members were all in high school back in 1955 when they got together, initially recording as the Jayhawks on the Flash and Aladdin record labels, but then they changed their name to the Vibes. That was 1958, and then they would have one more name change to the Vibrations. They had 13 releases on the Checker label. Now, Frank requested their 7th, and it's a cover song. This was first recorded back in 1948 by Bull Moose Jackson and his Buffalo Bearcats. The song written by Henry Glover and Sally Nix. This side features James Johnson on lead. We go to July of 61. Let's give a listen to The Vibrations, by request for Frank Chingaro on Checker Records, their rendition of the tune All My Love Belongs to You. This is for Frank.
You know I love you so, I'll never let you go. And darling, I'll be true, for all my love belongs to you. Belongs to you. You set my soul on fire. You are my one desire. And darling, I'll be true, for all my love belongs to you. That's why I want you to know that I love you so. Our love was meant to be. It would be oh so thrilling to know you are willing to spend your life with me. So make your answer yes. You are my happiness. And darling, I'll be true, for all my love belongs to you. All my love belongs to you. You know I love you all.
Yeah, those are The Vibrations. They do great ballads, they do. That one there by request for Frank Chingaro from July 61. That's on the Checker record label. James Johnson, he's the lead singer there. Their Vibrations with their rendition of the tune All My Love Belongs to You. And they have later releases on the RVOK and other labels. We stay in 1961. Fill a request for Paul Michel. It's the debut single for this group from Brooklyn, New York. And they're called the Concords. The Concords. This is produced by Ray Ellis. It's arranged and conducted by Tico Wilshire. This was number 31 on WKBR. In Manchester, New Hampshire. And this group recorded for other labels later on in their career, Gramercy, Rust, Herald, and Epic. But this is their debut single. It features Dickie Goldman on lead from June 61. The Concords on RCA for Paul Michel, their rendition of the tune, Again.
Again, again, yeah, sa-na-la-la-la-la-la-la, again, again, yeah, sa-na-la-la-la-la-la-la, again, oh, again, down, down, sa-na-la-la-la-la-la, again, oh, again, down, down, sa-na-la-la-la-la-la, again, oh, again, down, down, sa-na-la-la-la-la-la, again, oh, again, down, down, sa-na-la-la-la-la-la.
That's going out to Paul Michel. Those are the Concords with Dickie Goldman on lead. Their debut single from June 61. It's on RCA Records. Again is the name of the tune. As we are just pumping through these records here in 1961, we fill a request for listener Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat. He's tuned in down in Mexico. He wanted to hear this singer from Algiers, Louisiana, formed a group called the Toppers in 1950 while attending L.B. Landry High School. And he was discovered by Imperial A&R man Dave Bartholomew, went solo in 1954 and formed his own band. Now, Adrian requested a song he did on Joe Rufino's Ron Records, which is down Louisiana way. Actually, his first of two for the Ron label. It's a song he co-wrote. Let's go to January of 61. Give a listen to Bobby Mitchell. Bobby Mitchell on Ron Records. The song is called Send Me Your Picture. This is for Adrian. That is for Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat. And that's Bobby Mitchell. Bobby Mitchell from January 61. It's on the Ron record label. That's Joe Rufino's Ron label down Louisiana way. Bobby Mitchell with Send Me Your Picture. Send Johnny G your emails at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the contact email address for all requests and other things talking to your disc jockey, Johnny G. We love to get emails, and boy, do I get emails as we continue here and fill a request for listener Tom Shaughnessy for this on this label owned by Slim Rose. Of course, he was the originator of the Times Square record shop in New York City, but he owned two record labels. Of course, one was that Times Square record label that he had. The other was this label called Wall Records, which included artists like the New Yorkers and the Orchids, Pearl Woods, the Jack Cole Quintet, and this singer goes by the name of Freddie Owens, and he was out of New York, and there's a girl group, I think, backing him up on this, and Tom wants to hear the flip side of this next week, so we'll hear one side this week, another side next week, November 61. His name is Freddie Owens. Freddie Owens on the Wall record label, Slim Rose's Wall Records. I wonder if he called that because he put records on the wall. They probably did. This is for Tom Shaughnessy, Freddie Owens with The Chapel. That's November 61 for Freddie Owens and girls backing him up. That's for Tom Shaughnessy in Florida. The Chapel is the name of the tune. That's on Slim Rose's Wall record label out of New York City. Let's continue here as we move into 1962 now. We fill a request for listener Ronnie Sherman. We go up to Chicago, Illinois for this group. First recording for Pam Records back in 1961. Then a couple of masters were sold to OK Records, which resulted in this release. Initially, they were known as the Starlets, but on the OK release, they were known as Danetta and the Starlets, and it features Danetta Boone on lead, a.k.a. Liz Walker, her real name. We go to June of 62. This is going out to Ronnie Sherman, Danetta and the Starlets. OK Records, the song is called Impression for Ronnie.
You're trying to tell me that my love has put me down, that he's been seeing another girl in town. But I know that he
going out to listener Ronnie Sherman there. That's the sound of Danetta and the Starlets. June 1962, that is Danetta Boone on lead. Really, her real name, Liz Walker. Impression is the name of the tune. That is on the OK record label. And if you are familiar with a song called I Sold My Heart to the Junkman, as done by the Bluebells, they are really this group. And Patti LaBelle was asked to lip sync that song on American Bandstand with other gals, and eventually Patti LaBelle became the lead singer of Patti LaBelle, well, with the Bluebells there. But originally it was this group, which were known as the Starlets. Johnny G here in Vinyl Treasure Overtime. We're going to be ending early tonight, folks, as I got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more 45s to go here. So it's good. I got some stuff to do as we continue here. We are in 1962. We go to Detroit, Michigan. Fill a request for listener Jim Lampley in Texas. This group was kind of coached by Harvey Fuqua. They had 5 releases on Harvey's Tri-Fi record label out of Detroit. This was their third, and it features Bobby Smith on lead. This is by request for Jim Lampley, February 62 release for the Spinners. The Spinners on the Tri-Fi label. It's called What Did She Use? This is for Jim in Texas.
What did she use?
What did she use?
What did she use?
What did she use?
What did she use to thrill me so? She used her heart, she used her lips. The things she did thrill me so. Her sweet expression shines so bright, and it's all because I'm in love tonight. And what did she find? She found the weakness of my heart.
Weakness of my heart.
Now I know.
Now I know.
She loved me so.
Love me so.
What did I do?
What I do?
To deserve her? And she's my ID in a world. She's like an angel from above. What did she use? What did she use?
She used her. She used her lips and her heart.
As by request for listener Jim Lampley in Texas, the sound of the Spinners, Bobby Smith on lead. That's February 62 release on Harvey Fuqua's Tri-Fi record label. What Did She Use is the name of that tune. Let's go out to Los Angeles, California with a request for Juan Campoy, as this group first recorded as the Sweethearts on the H3 record label. Then they changed their name to the Sashes. Their first release came out on the Alfie record label, was picked up by Zen Records. I have it on the Zen label, but they did 2 more on Marshall Lieb's Zen label out of Hollywood, California. Let's give a listen to their second, a tune written by Larry Tamblyn. Wasn't Larry Tamblyn in the Standells? I think he was in the Standells. And produced by Bobby Gross. The members of this group included Charlotta Robertson, Uma Hurd, Marie Love, and Joyce Chappelle. Collectively, they were known as the Sashes. Let's go to June of 63 on the Zen label. It's called Here Comes Love. This is for Juan Campoy.
Here comes love, heading my way. Here comes happiness, hope it will stay. Oh, I feel so happy that I really must say, here comes love, and it's heading my way. There goes loneliness, feeling so blue. There goes wondering what I'm to do. Oh, I feel so happy that I really must say, here comes love, and it's heading my way. Yes, I know my love has come, and I know more all along. Yes, I know I found romance. I knew from the first glance. Here comes love, and my way. Here comes happiness, hope it will stay. Oh, I feel so happy that I really must say, here comes love, and it's heading
Girl group sounds here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go, out of California, by request for Juan Campoy, June 63, the Sashes. Sashes on Zen Records. Here Comes Love is the name of the tune. Let's fill a request now for listener Amnon. And we go to Philadelphia here for this cover tune. This was first done by the Desires back in 1959 on the Hull record label. This is the second of two for a group called Rick and the Masters. They did two on the Cameo record label. It features Tony Rick Trombetta on lead. This is from February of 63 for Amnon. Rick and the Masters on Cameo with their rendition of the tune, Let It Please Be You.
Is there someone that I want? Let it please be you. Is there someone that I need? Let it please be you. Darling, don't you know I'm in need for you? I plead to you. I'm in need for you. Is there
Cover tunes here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go, by request. For listener Amnon there, that's Rick and the Masters version of the Desires tune, Let It Please Be You, came out in February of 1963. Now, Rick is really Tony Rick Trombetta. He is the lead singer. They also have a release on the Herald label. And let's see, this later on, this group, they also backed up artists. This charted number 16 on WAAT in Trenton, New Jersey. Let's stay in 1963. We fill a request for listener Joe Shacatano. This group, they're from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. They backed up Ronnie Premier on a song in 1960 on the Sarah record label. Then in 1963, the Royal Lancers backed up this artist by the name of Paul Stephan, whose real name was Stefanak, but he shortened it to Stephan. And this is from January of 63. This is going out to Joe Shacatano, Paul Stephan, and the Royal Lancers on Citation Records out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's called Angel in My Eyes for Joe Shacatano.
May not be an angel to all the other guys, but baby, you're an angel in my eyes, and I love you. May not walk around playing the part, but baby, open up my heart, and I love you. Such a long, long time trying to find all that I can call mine. Whoa, you may not walk around playing the part, but baby, you've opened my heart, and I love you. Such a long, long time trying to find all that I can call mine. Whoa,
That's going out to Joe Shacatano there. That's the sound of Paul Stephan and the Royal Lancers from January 63. It's on the Citation record label. Angel in My Eyes is the name of the tune. Let's continue here and fill a request for listener Jim Lampley in Texas. This group had 4 releases on the ABC Paramount record label. Their first release was their biggest hit, made it up to number 63 on Cashbox, 53 on Billboard, a song called What Are Boys Made Of. Now, but Jim Lampley requested the flip side of the 45. Wait a minute. I guess that was their last release, Charlene, is it? Their fourth release on ABC Paramount. The group included Gene Johnson, Betty Lloyd, Joan Paulin, and lead singer Gail Jones. They were from Long Island, New York. This tune, written and arranged by John Lind and Pete Antell, and who were members of the Chants on MGM Records. This is from June of '63. Let's give a listen to the Purcells. The Purcells on ABC Paramount by request for Jim Lampley. It's called Cheek to Cheek.
Cheek to cheek, I want to dance with you, arm in arm, just like we used to do. Heart to heart, how did we ever drift apart? Hand in hand, may I take a walk with you, face to face? Can I say a thing or two, day for day? There's no reason for this aching heart. I've been foolish to sit at home and to feel so blue. I've been foolish to be alone when I should be with you, side by side. There is something you should know, dream for dream. Oh, oh, yes, I miss you so. Time and time, I pray that you be mine. Time and time, I pray that you be mine. Time and time, I pray that you be mine.
There you go. Those are the Purcells. The Purcells there from June 1963. That's the B-side to their fourth release on the ABC Paramount record label. Cheek to Cheek is the name of the tune. That's going out to Jim Lampley in Texas. Two more 45s to go before we sign off here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's flip over that Rick and the Masters 45 that we just heard the A-side called Let It Please Be You from February 63 for Emnon. Emnon also requested the flip side of the 45, again with Tony Rick Trombata on lead. Rick and the Masters on Cameo. The B-side to Let It Please Be You, it's called I Don't Want Your Love. I think that's right, yeah. I Don't Want Your Love for Emnon.
I want the shoo-ba-ba-ba-ba, shoo-be-doo-be-doo-be-dum, shoo-be-doo-be-doo-be, want your love.
Boom, boom, boom. I don't want your love, 'cause you be driving. I don't want your love, no use your crying. I don't want your love, I don't want your love no more. 'Cause you messed around, my friend was yours, but he put you down. You ain't been true, soon you'll come around, knocking out all my breath. When you said goodbye, first you made me cry, but I soon forgot about you. Now that you are free, you crawl back to me. Oh baby, I could do without you. I don't want your love, don't want it ever. I don't want your love, goodbye forever. I don't want your love, I don't want your love no
I never finished this early before, folks. I got to do a bonus record here. One bonus record to go so we can finish at 12:30 to make it a good 30 half hour that we're going to shut off here. But let's. I played the flip side of this. I think somebody requested "Workout" by Jeanette Baby Washington, which I forget who it was, but this is on the Neptune record label, Donald Shaw's Neptune Records. But the flip side is interesting with a group backing her up. Now, supposedly there are multiple takes of this record, like different backgrounds or different instrumentation. I don't know, because I have other copies of this. I just never compared them, but this is on the promo, so I don't know if that's any different, but I like Baby Washington, I do, and this originally came out in October of 1959. Let's give it the flip side of this. I think is a song called Workout, and I forget who requested it, but Baby Washington wrote Workout, but J.B. Hooks Senior wrote this side, which I prefer. So let's give a listen to, we got just this record and one more to close out the program tonight. Baby Washington on Neptune Records. It's called Let's Love in the Moonlight from October 1959. See, I think that ends differently on some of the other cuts, but there you go. That's a bonus track that I've added here. Baby Washington on the Neptune record label from October 59. Let's Love in the Moonlight is the name of the tune. That's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G, listening to these cool 1950s and early 60s vocal group records out of my collection. If you want to get in touch with me, you have a request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@AOL.com. That is the contact for your host, Johnny G. And I don't know what happened to Amnon's requests here. So I played both sides of that Rick and the Masters. I don't know why I only had one there. He sent me multiple. Sometimes I mess up, folks. I try not to mess up because I'm usually a perfectionist when it comes to that. But I had a bunch of requests from Amnon. I only had noticed at the last minute that I only had one, but he requested the flip side of that Rick and the Masters, so that's for you, Amnon. But anyway, I will be back next Wednesday night beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That's my soul show, so if you like soul music, tune into that program, 9 to midnight. Again, if you miss any of the programs, sometimes they're a little bit long, you can tune in on the archive, either on YouTube, because they're archived immediately, but the But the only thing is you won't get the chat, although they've been pretty good lately with the chat. So the chat's been up quickly. So a lot of the people over in the UK, they're getting up and they're watching the show. So that is a good thing. But then Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, I'll have some 78s that I'll be featuring here on the program. I kind of changed it up a little bit, and I got a big response from the 45s. It's easier for me to play the 45, so maybe I could rotate, but again, it's nice to have a little bit of a break so I can kind of breathe a little bit. But I really do enjoy doing the show, though, if you can't tell. But then I'll be back on Saturday at 9 p.m. Again, we'll return a week later here for the program. Again, if you have your requests, please send them to me. If it fits the format of the show, I will feature it. If not, sometimes people send me records they think are group records, but they're really soul records. There's actually many people that do that. But again, I've been collecting a long, long time, really over a career. I don't have everything. I have a lot, but not everything. And I had a special guest here on Sunday playing soul records that I maybe only had one or two of the records he had. And I played a few, and those were all records he purchased within the last 6 or 7 months. So, but he'll be back here probably sometime in September, I think. We're talking about a date in September. But anyway, thank you all for being here. We got a closer tonight with a request for Gary Hendren in Alabama. Wanted to hear this group from Canton, Ohio. They first recorded for RCA Records back in 1958. Then they returned. It took them like 7 years to return. 1965, they returned with this release on the Groove record label. So from January 65, this group is called The Magnets, Magnets. It's on Groove Records. It features Vincent DeMaria. I think that's how you pronounce it. DE space MARIA. And the song is called You Just Say the Word. That's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. Thank you, Charlene, again for all your help. Charlene helps me with the show. She lined up all the songs for me, all the write-ups, and then she sent me the Excel spreadsheet, and I just print it out. And then she also shares all my scans that I do on Facebook. She shares them to the group for me, so that is an important thing that Charlene does for me. You know, she was out of commission there with that storm, but she finally got all her, and she did her shopping too, and she filled her refrigerator up with all that stuff. But anyway, folks, I got to get out of here. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you next time right here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Just want to say, everybody, so long. This is for Gary.
Bum bow, they bum bow, they bum bow. You just say the word, baby, I'll come running back to you. They bum they bum bow. You just say the word, baby, I'll come running back to you. They bum they bum bow. Hey girl, I'm not dead anymore. No, not like I was before. You just say the word, baby, I'll come running back to you. Hey girl, you're still on my mind. Take me back, please don't be unkind. You just say the word, baby, I'll come running back to you. Getting in your hair, even though we weren't going steady. Anytime you say I want you to know I'm ready. You know I'm ready. Come on now, you just say the word, baby, I'll come running back to you. You just say the word, baby, I'll come running back to you. Jumping to conclusions, getting in your head. Even though we weren't going steady. Anytime you say I want you to know I'm ready. You know I'm ready. Come on now, you just say the word, baby, I'll come running back to you. One more time, you just say the word, baby, I'll come running back to you.